did too though.
How y'all feel about y'all hear about Bobby Shmurda just got out of jail? Y'all think he gonna do something now? You think he gonna do something? He gonna make some noise?
I think so, man. I think people. I think.
Musically, you think he gonna?
I think so. Because I think it seemed like the reaction people is happy about him coming home. I'm happy about him coming home, and I'm not even into his music like that.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? So I'm not even up on his music like that enough to be invested. But when I saw it that he was getting out, I was like, I was kind of happy. Like,
yeah,
I think home.
I think everybody. Oh my bad. Go ahead.
So I think he gonna do. No, I was done. I think he gonna do something just because of that reason. Like people happy to see him.
I don't even know what he gonna do, but I think it's just the celebration point is to say, okay, like I say on the, you call it street level, you call it whatever. That to a point that look what this dude did. He did his time. He ain't snitch on nobody. That's what we need to celebrate.
Right.
When 6ix9ine came home, he was all over the news. You know what I mean? But Shmurda come home, it ain't on the news because he didn't do what 6ix9ine did. He did the right thing, and so that's why I think our community, rap community, black community, we embracing it and celebrating it. Yeah. Like, we gonna show you how we treat somebody who do the stand up thing,
right?
As opposed to the dude who take the weak way out and to get himself out.
He definitely gonna have a better shot at making some music and being accepted than 6ix9ine did because, like you say, he went about it the morally way, did his time, came home, and that's why people on social media, everybody embracing him.
Yeah. What did he go in for? What was it?
So.
It was a bunch of stuff
they whole little crew.
Yeah, I think it was the same thing, like RICO charges.
Yeah. Like organized.
So it was a game. They took the whole game.
Oh yeah.
So he could have told those before.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Him and his man.
What is man? His man still locked up, ain't it?
No, he got out.
He got out before him.
Rowdy. Okay. Yeah, he got out before.
Yeah,
a couple months ago.
Showed it. Yeah. So he gonna have I think he's gonna have a better chance. Like even if his music is subpar to be accepted, because like you said, they want to champion him, and just to show 6ix9ine too. Like okay,
real talk.
We about to show you right in your face. Like what we could have did for you.
Exactly.
Like the same way we hushing you and we ain't rocking with you, we about to rock with this guy.
Right.
We about to feature him.
This nigga, we about to make this nigga go platinum.
I don't know if it's gonna go that far.
I'm just saying.
I hope that the rap community step, on that type of tip. I hope they take that type of stand. But I don't know, because it's too much like right. It's like that would be the obvious right thing to do.
And that's what I think.
They showing it already.
But you're right. That's what I said. That's why I think.
I just saw him.
Yeah, Quavo them. They picked him up in a private plane.
Oh, okay.
The Quavo
gave him
on the
treatment.
Yeah, they gave him love.
You know what I'm saying?
They had like a chair, like a king's chair, recording all that because just to say, I think that's good because too many dudes who might do the right thing, they come home to the love. Don't get me wrong, but since he in the public's eye, they're like, we gonna show the public the love he gonna get. So that's what's up. It's a standard thing.
That's what's up. I didn't know they did all that.
Yeah. I think Karen Civil, all them was there, like recording, doing everything. That's what's up. Yeah, it was.
Now make some tracks with him too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they gonna do some.
Yeah,
they make some music, make some money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
They gonna load him up with. So he probably in the studio right now with some A-list artists, like trying to throw him some music, this material to get him back on his feet and see if he got that groove. Now let's say this. Let's say this. Let's throw this out there. Let's say the music ain't all that, and we kind of know it. Do you think they kind of like just gonna to still make it just bigger, like
I feel like they gonna make
That's why
they gonna make it all that though. They gonna give them songs. They gonna give them hit songs.
But I feel what he's saying. But you could have a song and it not be a hit.
No, I'm saying the people that make the hits that everybody
but like
hear me
saying
like if it
it
might not be a hit, but they gonna make it a hit.
Yeah. Like hear me on this. You know how you could look at a track and be like, oh, they didn't win and got Kendrick Lamar and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
A track got Kendrick Lamar, Drake, and you know what I'm saying?
Automatic ingredients.
You'd be like, oh my God, this about to be cold.
No,
then you hear it, and it may or may not be that one.
It don't live up to what
but I'm saying like I know like songwriters, they know what songs is hits or not. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna give them one that's gonna be a.
Okay, let's look at it like this. let's just say. So, okay, like Meek album came out after everything Meek went through, all that, and all the rave reviews he got. Do you think that it lived up to all the reviews that it got?
Which album?
The album like I know he had like the little thing.
Champion.
Champion.
Yeah.
Champions. Like that was the main album after he got out. Do you think it lived up to the hype that was Meek at the time?
To his core fans, some of them was kind of like disappointed, but like to the big mainstream, it's the you know.
I think it was a solid album.
It was. I like it. Don't get me wrong, I like it.
I played that album quite a few times.
Yeah.
And I still.
Is that his best work?
I can't tell.
No, it's not. No, it's best. That's what I say. Like his core fans, they want that old Meek. They want that intro. They want all that.
Yeah.
And they felt like this was more commercial. Because, you know, he had Jay-Z, all these different A-lists. And then,
But to me, sometimes when you get the commercial polish on you, it sounds better. Look, no disrespect, like to Meek old stuff or whatever. I don't follow Meek thoroughly like that. But I always been in and out, peeking at what he doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't know what every album did and all that. But Meek was one of them rappers that won me over as time went on.
With his music or with his things that was going on?
Oh. No, with his music. You know what I'm saying? As time went on, it seemed like his music here and there would be like catch my attention a little more.
Because it got bigger to you. That's probably
you know what I'm saying? So I guess the people that was
who was already up on him,
you know, maybe they don't like this new polished sound, but to me it wasn't polished. It wasn't like it was something so different. What you mad because he got some notable people on tracks with him? Like
some people
do that.
Yeah, I know, but I don't get that.
Some people want you to stay in the
that's how the
But I don't get that. I don't get that
Yeah.
thought. I got a homeboy. He loved cassettes, right? My dog Jerry, man, we used to kick it in the kitchen and go play music and all of that. You know what I'm saying? He loved cassettes, and he loved when rappers is kind of on that underground level.
Right.
He loved when don't nobody else know about it. You know what I'm saying?
Because it feel personal to real fans.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So when a rapper kind of would break out of that and start to bubble, he would be like, I don't like it no more.
A lot of people do that.
And I'm like, well, I don't understand. Like the music, I can see if the music got trash, but some of the cats we used to be talking about, I'm like, man, the music got better. Like, why don't you?
It's a rare
just
thing.
because it's shared now.
It's a rare case.
Yeah, it's the difference between me just knowing about it, but then once all y'all know about it, I'm like, I don't want to.
And see, that's a good point. I think that's the exact thing with me. You know, like a lot of people, like the hip hop scene. Like I tell you, we joke all the time. Dudes like hip hop. I like rap music. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because, like I said, when we started to talk about, like me and a friend of mine, we talk about like a better album, or you know, when you start talking about criteria. I think whenever you label or whenever you're trying to rate something, you gotta have a base of criteria. You know what I mean? So he rarely ever wants to use success, as far as on a commercial scale, whatever scale you want to use.
Right.
And I don't know, like I get it for me, like I'm not saying I wouldn't love my art. Of course I want to love my art, but ain't nothing wrong with making money off of the art that I love. So I want to make more money off the art that I love. So I look at that when I judge certain criteria. You know what I'm saying? Like if when you look at impact and stuff like that, a lot of that impact can be part of success. So I look at that too. Like I guess for me, I wouldn't want to stay underground. You know what I'm saying? You can still be in touch with the people from the underground, definitely. But that don't mean you have to stay there.
And then
That's like to be a rapper from the hood. You got to stay living there.
Right.
No,
And that's
you don't.
one
You
thing-
still, but I get it if you don't stay in touch with it though.
Right.
You know what I mean? I move away and I don't fuck with nobody back there, but yet I'm still talking about that. That's whole shit there.
I think you got
I'm sorry, it's politically correct there.
I think
That's whack stuff there.
Oh no,
I'm talking.
Get up there.
I was gonna say I think it got a lot to do with his content too, cause he's still talking like
We talking about
the
me?
same. Yeah, he's still talking the same lyrics.
And it's
like,
about evolving too. And people
that's what
don't
I'm saying.
that.
Like his lyrics not really evolving as he evolving. He's kind of still talking about the same thing from his first. He might throw in some Jews here and there, but the majority of it is the same street.
That's
rap.
why
Some people want to play it safe though. When you got a fan base, some people just say like, okay, I'm about to cater to my fans. It's like, they'll say like a Too Short or such, you know what I'm saying? Even though he might venture off a little bit of song here and there, with 40, you know what I'm saying? E40, they know who their audience is.
No.
Because.
But 40 a good example. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I think 40 can he put it like this. He can make a yeah. You know, he can make that. He can make a I don't fuck with you. He can be on that and still be accepted, and then come back and have a song with Big School with somebody, and people still like it. So that's what I think. I think it's the respect in there, how you do it.
But look how long it took 40 to start doing that, though. You got to think about that too.
Was that because the mainstream wasn't accepting him, or because he just didn't want to do it?
I think it was he started getting around more people that bigger. It all you saw the shift like when he started working with Lil Jon, even Too Short. When they started getting around Lil Jon, and they listen, it's like when you get a taste of that hit, you ain't gonna want nothing else. You know what I'm saying? You gonna be thinking like, I didn't hit that bar. Like I've been doing all this. I've been catering to my audience, and I got that hit. I got that Lil Jon boy. I got that hit, and I still was being myself. And then when you start,
that's all I'm saying. As long as if you can do it being yourself, I think your core fans gonna like it, and these new fans can like it.
But it's a thin line because you really gotta ride that wave because you see your audience right there. They're the ones who riding with you, and then you gonna see that taste of that bigger success, that more commercial. Then you start seeing the different the pop fan. You start seeing that.
Yeah, you can't sell out to that.
You can't sell out to it.
You can't. If you sell out to it, yeah, you're gonna lose your fan, your core.
Okay, let me get this one off, and then we can shift it. We gonna still keep it on that, but and this is your favorite group. Let's just say Outkast, for example. They're the perfect example. Them first couple albums, they was on what they was on. Then come the Equivalent album, you start seeing that shift like, oh, they on something else. This one. Now it could have went either way. It could have turned more people on, which it did, and then it could have had some of the core first two album. People was like, okay, I like them so much, I'm about to ride it out with them, see where they going with this, because you got them hooked. They like, okay, we got this Equivalent album. This different. You know what I'm saying?
Or you could be me and say,
or you could be like, man, what they on?
They on some bullshit. I'm gone.
Exactly. But that's the risk you take. But Outkast still stayed who they are. And then the more they kept get the taste of that popular success, they kept pushing the envelope, doing more and more stuff. You see what I'm saying?
And the reason I think they succeeded at what they was doing is because they was just doing what they was doing. Like, yeah, they was on some pimps up, this, that, and the other in the first early.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we was with that. That was when Andre was dressing regular.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, that regular haircut with the North Carolina t-shirt on. We already performed on Martin and all of that.
Right, exactly.
But then they started to shift and go a different place. But I think that what that show is, men grow.
Yeah.
We grow as we mature into different people. I don't think they was forced to be on some different stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because you can start to see when people are purposely trying, like we were talking about that before we started shooting. CeeLo, who used to be a part of the whole Dungeon Crew and all of that. CeeLo end up putting on a wedding dress because he was like, doing the Gnarls Barkley area, because he was like, I wanted to see what I could do next to shock the people.
Right.
He was trying to find something to like, what can,
so is that being yourself?
What can I do? That's what I had a problem with.
That's the point.
I had a problem with that.
If you stay true to yourself, I get it. Your fans might not get it. I get that. I understand it. But I think you never sell out if you being true to yourself. If that's something you always wanted to do, and you just like, now is my time, and you do it, and the fans don't fuck with you no more, it is what it is. But you know what? You don't feel, I think, you wouldn't feel like a sucker because you're like, well, man, that's something I just always wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Right. Now, if you did it, if the executive come to you, Dave Chappelle, put on this, dude, everybody dressed like a woman, you need to do this. And you know, you're like, man, I'm not doing that, bro. Right. And that's why I think you gotta have that. I think you gotta have some, I don't think, you have to have integrity. Yeah. You have to have it. There's gotta be certain places, certain things you're not gonna do that's not a part of you. And I think it shows in the music. We done seen it too many times where too many guys tried to change because they seen the music industry evolving and they like, well, let me go with it. And they just went with a flow and you like, man, that ain't even you. Yeah. Like, what is that? You know, and you can tell like you don't even look comfortable with it.
But
you
you
know
do
what
have
I'm
to you do have to reinvent yourself.
Right,
though.
no, but that's what I said. I didn't say
Andre was one
Yeah.
to say it. He put on the dress.
Let me say this
Put
one
on
thing.
multiple dresses.
Yeah, that's
You
what
know
I'm saying.
saying?
See, Meek
Let me say one thing.
But we always
if
feel
you
like-
evolving, I get it. But I'm talking about you try to catch up with the industry.
But
Like you
let's-
see the industry going in this direction, I'm gonna go with it. I think if you just doing you and it just happens to be in the same way, that's fine.
But that's
I
what
think
I'm
you just
saying
gotta
about
be true
Meek,
to
though.
yourself.
Like,
But
that's
look,
what
I'm with what Outkast and Andre did, but I'm not with evolving into a dress. You know what I'm saying? If you want to do that because that's you, man, have a ball. But I'm not recommending that for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And
I don't recommend it to anybody.
And I definitely
be true to
And
yourself.
I definitely wasn't with it when Andre did it, but I still
They already had you hooked. You was already.
I still rocked with him so hard on the music tip that I was like,
You overlooked it.
Yeah. They lost me.
No, I didn't know what looking.
No, I know you overlooked it, but you
But
gave him a pass.
I still was like, you know what? I mean, it's like if it was your homeboy or something. You like, I've been rocking with this dude for years. This my homeboy. We rocking together for years, and then he tell you some weird stuff like, or he show up in the dress one day like, bro, what is you on?
Yeah, that's probably our last.
You know what I'm saying?
Real talk.
But if it's but if it's your
nigga, I thought you.
no, but if it's your man, if Aaron showed up in the dress,
dog, why you gonna put that nigga?
I'm just saying, you ain't gonna be like, dog, I'm done with you forever. You gonna be like, man, what is you on, bro? I don't understand this. Y'all gonna have some heated arguments about it. Y'all gonna have some
We
conversations
have no
about
arguments. We done.
it.
Right.
But you ain't gonna be able to be like,
I'm
man,
like,
I don't mess with you at all.
Right, when you get married and you show up with
Right.
your wedding dress, enjoy.
But I'm just saying, you see when people go a different
No,
way
I
with
get
it,
what you mean.
it's hard to agree with what they doing, but like Outkast was good enough to me musically to be like, man, all right, I'm gonna see where you gonna go with it, bro. I can't mess with this whole dress phase that you in, but
Yeah.
and
I'm
I'm still
We're
listening.
gonna see where this going.
And to this day, he survived it. He still lands in a lot of, well, at least Andre still lands in a lot of people top 5 or top 10. You know what I'm saying? Not in yours, but
I'm just saying, when the last time you made the album?
no, I don't think he will probably make no more
He
album.
probably not.
Yeah.
Right, so that's my whole. I guess that's what I look at a lot of times when we be talking.
But
about
he steady be featured.
Like I said,
When he get the feeling, he jump on a lot of people's tracks. Like he
He
steady
jump on
doing.
the track every blue moon.
Yeah, he steady
Sometimes that
doing.
He must not be that many blue moons.
No, he don't.
Nice.
Sometimes that
He don't do it.
you know. That help your value.
He don't. Listen, he don't do it to be on the radio. He not jumping on somebody young. He not gonna be like, oh, let me call up Lil
I
Young,
get that.
Lil
I
Durk
get that.
to do a track. He gonna be messing with whoever he messing
I
with.
guess that to
And they
me
be like, yo, you want to get on this track? And if he feel it, he'll jump on it. It be like no name people when he do it. It be like more underground people that ain't like on the top.
Yeah, I agree. I hear that. I guess, like I said, we hear so often people will mention Rakim. Take none from him. Rakim's Scandal. But when Rakim's last hit album was